simple terms, what we do here is take animal poo and a few crops and other natural ingredients and turn it into something more useful and less smelly. We will fill you in on everything else as we go.
This is a joint venture between us, the Barber family,
And us, the Calendar family.
and a company in London. We have a beef farm and we
have a dairy farm.
Between us, we generate a lot of cow poop, grass, farmyard, manure and crops. We did lots of research into this and how we could turn these materials into a sustainable fuel and look to both gas and electricity.
There are already several local wind farms generating electricity from wind turbines, so we decided to try and make gas instead.
The gas grid, the network of pipes that feed gas into our homes and businesses, is closer to the Calendar farm, so it was the better site for the plant.
We hope that one day soon we might be able to show some of you around, but it's a busy place right now and it's a bit tricky.
It's been a lot for everyone involved to learn, but thankfully we've had some great experts advising us, like Spiros.
It's best to think the two large green digesters as concrete cow stomachs, because the process works fairly similar to the natural digestive system. So let's have a little tour and I can point to what's going on. This is a digester. We have two at Croft Head. They can hold 4.5 million gallons each.
First we need to feed the digesters. This is all brought into the site by tractor. We feed ours with farmyard manure, slurry, silage, crops like rye and chicken farm manure too.
The materials going in are all weighed on the weigh bridge and stored in these bays until they are fed onto the feed hoppers. Think of these like kitchen cupboards. When the digester requires feeding, the telehandler takes the organic input from the bay stores and feeds it into one of these two hoppers.
We also add liquid to the digesters. This one is full of milkway and this one is full of slurry. When inside the digester, a reaction takes place which produces gas. In the same way that cow's stomachs digest food and releases gas, and the same way that your grandpa might release wind after eating too much food.
The gas rises and is stored in these balloon-like areas of the digester. We have a biochemist on site who is constantly measuring and advising when the gas is ready to release from the digester and that everything is safe and working properly within the biogas plant. In here we have two gases, methane and CO2. We need to separate the two gases. This machine does it for us. We keep the methane to heat houses and the CO2 goes up the stock for now.
When the gas has been tested and cleaned, it is finally safe to go into people's houses.
So this is where all the testing is happening, pretty much.
It's finally ready to go into people's homes and goes out this yellow pipe through the Calendar's field and along the main pipeline.
We hope that our plant will produce enough gas to heat around 10,000 homes. That's more than the BTK and Douglas put together, all from natural waste. Wow!
After the gas is removed out of the digester, we are left with what is called digestate. This is in a solid and liquid form. This is fantastic fertilizer for our fields to grow more quality crops
1.
And there's more good news!
After the gas is cleaned and sent off the grid, we are left with carbon dioxide, which is now we know contributes to the greenhouse gas effect. We now have a company called Dry Ice Scotland, who have built a factory on the site, which captures this CO2 and turns it into a liquid form, before freezing it to minus 70 degrees into dry ice. This is then used in food boxes, and more important right now, this has been sent to Pfizer to keep their COVID vaccine and other medicines in the right condition they need.
So you could say that our animal poo is not only heating 8 to 10,000 homes, but it is also chilling the vaccine to save lives. Poo is actually really good stuff. Who would have thought?
1.
Anaerobic digesters are a fantastic example of how farmers are looking after our natural environment and are producing fuel in a sustainable way.
Shout.
Hope this has helped you understand a little more about the environment and some of the brilliant ways that farmers are looking at making the planet a better place.
Please help us in return by eating locally produced food in season, whether that's vegetables, dairy, meat or cereals, whenever you can. Thanks for listening.